Have you ever wondered why bad boys are so good with women and can attract any woman they want? And nice guys don't stand a chance? Today, I'm going to share with you what it takes to become the man that effortlessly gets women obsessed with him without manipulating them, without playing games, without becoming toxic, and without having to become a bad boy. Because believe it or not, deep down, women do not love bad boys, but they are at least the better choice compared to nice guys. Man, if you wanted to make a woman genuinely desire and respect you and obsess over you, you must do this one thing, bro. You must make her emotionally weak for you. You must make her legs shake when she sees you. When you make her emotionally weak, that's when she's becoming your ride or die woman, bro. And when you make her emotionally weak, that is actually the only thing that satisfies a woman's hypergamy. For those that don't know what hypergamy means, it means that she's able to look up to him. She's winning because she's with a man that is the man that everyone looks up to, that everyone wants to be with. Hypergamy isn't limited to looks, money, or status. Because if you do not have the power over her emotions, she's not gonna feel shit for you, bro. And I need you to get this into your fucking head, bro. Your Ferrari, your Bugatti, your abs, your social media followers don't mean shit if you cannot make her emotionally weak for you. Of course, these items help facilitate attraction, but they will not allow you to keep attraction up. If she's only with you because of those materialistic items, you're like replaced like that. And that's actually gold digger, and I'm not sure you actually want to attract a gold digger, bro. Actually, it's us men that mostly care about these status symbols. Women, they don't really care about these items. What they care about is how you make her feel. And if you have access to these items, yes, they can make her feel something, but it is actually still fundamentally down to you how you make her feel something with these items. And that's what most of these high value red pill coaches do not tell you. They tell you get money, get the fast cars, and that's when the women will come to you. But bro, like what kind of women will come to you? Are those the women that are relationship material, or are those the bimbos from Miami that you can find on any podcast and are actually for the street, bro? So what actually matters is how you make her feel, not what your fancy toys make her feel, and how well you stay composed around women that you find attractive or love. Because I can tell you, most men completely collapse when they get feelings for a woman, when they fall in love with a woman. That's when shit hits the fan. That's when all the insecurities come up and most men collapse. When you collapse in front of a woman, when you get nervous when you approach her, when you get clingy, attached, and needy in a relationship, it shows her that you are actually emotionally weak. And if you are emotionally weak, you cannot make her emotionally weak, because she has to step up and become emotionally strong. And it shows her that you lack options, that you lack abundance, because it means that you pedestalized her right now. And she doesn't want to be with a man that pedestalizes her. So if you're not emotionally composed, and I'm not saying shut off, but composed, it shows to her that you are just like any other guy. 99% of men nowadays still lack emotional intelligence. They think hitting the gym, getting money, getting fancy cars is considered to be of value to women, but it's not. As I said earlier, you need to make her feel emotionally weak. And you can only do that if you fucking gain control over your emotions. That's when she starts to truly desire you, bro. And the woman that truly desires you is the most loyal being ever, bro. She's gonna do everything for you. If you don't believe me, bro, I've had Argentinian girls fly to London to see me. I've had girls from Germany, Bulgaria fly to London just to be with me. They gave up their job, everything, just for me. Not because I asked them to do, they did it voluntarily, because that's how obsessed they were over me. That's how good I am at making women feel something, bro. And my current girlfriend, Sandra, has followed me everywhere, bro. She went to South Africa with me, to Germany, to London, to Spain, to Montenegro. She's doing my meal prep. She's helping me shoot content, bro. She does everything for me, but not because I control her or I'm such a dictator. No, bro. I make her feel something that no one else has ever made her feel. And guess what? We fuck at least 5 times a week. We would fuck more, but I have to decline because it takes up so much of my energy, right? That's how much she desires me. That's how much she fucking obsesses over me. She initiates sex most of the time, by the way. That's what true, genuine desire looks like. Because I can tell you, if your woman doesn't want to fuck you every fucking single day, she is not attracted to you as much as you think, bro. Do you know why Sandra does all these things for me, man? Because I am her guy. I am the guy for her. No one else will compete. No one else will be able to give her what I give her at the moment. And why is that? Because I make her emotionally weak for me. Now, if you want the same in your relationships, or you just want to have some fun, keep watching. In order to make a woman emotionally weak for you, you must do this, bro. You must be indifferent to her beauty. You must see her for what she truly is. When you focus too much on her beauty, you pedestalize her, and that's what most men get wrong. They don't see the human in front of them, they see a goddess. And you believe that because she is so beautiful, she's such a goddess, she determines your value. as a man, your self-worth. And that's when you start becoming nervous, clingy, and attached. And you feel like if she rejects you, or if she ghosts you, if she doesn't text you right away when you're in a relationship, for instance, or when she doesn't give you the warmth that you want, you feel like you're not the guy anymore. You're like unworthy of her. That's when you start chasing. That's when you start desexualizing her. That's when you start becoming too attached. And that's when you become emotionally weak for her. That's when she starts gaining power over the frame of the relationship. How do you stop pedestalizing her? It's actually quite simple. All you have to do is to desexualize your brain. So when you start desexualizing her, you start seeing her for what she truly is, which is a fucking human being with tits and an ass. But it is you who attaches that meaning to those tits. I used to be obsessed over massive tits until one day I woke up next to a girl with massive tits. I mean, a couple of times I woke up to different girls with massive tits. And I started to ask myself, like, what is it about those massive tits that I find so important, that make me becoming attached and like needy around those tits? And I realized it's me attaching the meaning to these tits. So there's nothing special about them. Fundamentally, deep down, they're just a piece of meat, flesh. So why am I attaching so much value to it? Which I don't need to. And ever since I stopped attaching so much value, ever since I desexualized my brain to beauty of women, I became so much more confident around women, because I started to realize that I was creating a scarcity mindset. They have something, or she has something that I don't have, and because of that, she has more power over me. And if there's one thing women hate, is having power over a man, because it means that she can control you. She doesn't want to be with a man that can be controlled, because when she feels that she can control you, she knows and she feels that she's better than you. And when she feels that she's better than you, she's starting to become repulsed by you. Because no woman, remember hypergamy, doesn't want to be with a man that she cannot look up to. And when she cannot look up to you, bro, that's when the shit tests are coming your way, bro. And because you're already like attached to her, because you're like over invested into her, that's when you will react emotionally to her shit tests. And guess what? The one thing that you should never do when a shit test comes your way is to react emotionally, because that's a sure way to fucking fail the test, man. And when she sees you failing test after test, she sees you as weak. And when she sees you as weak, bro, man, you're fucked. It's gonna get ugly, and she's gonna test you even more. And shit tests can be things like she withholds sex in a relationship, she starts bitching more in a relationship, she starts gaslighting or testing you more, she starts making fun of you, your shoes, your looks, she takes ages to respond, and so many other things. You gotta know when she starts to test you, and you need to be able to pick up on those tests. I'll give you an example. Once I was with a girl, hooking up with her, and she gave me a shit test during sex. She was sucking me off, and then she said, I'm gonna stop. I don't enjoy this anymore. And I was like, bitch, what the hell are you doing? Pissed me off. But in that moment, I realized it's a shit test. And if I would have been emotionally here and I would have said, oh, how dare you? Why do you stop? Yada, yada, yada. She wouldn't have continued, because she wanted to test my frame. And in that moment, I just reacted indifferent. And I said, it's cute that you're falling in love with me already. Completely nonsensical. That didn't make any sense what I said. But she just wanted to know that I stand strong and I don't give a shit. And then she continued, bro. Some other examples are like when a girl says, before she even meets you, I'm not going to sleep with you. That's another test. Like she wants to test like how you react. Or when she leaves you on red, also another test. You might say, these girls, why do they all play mind games? Those tests aren't mind games. They're there for two reasons. I call shit tests actually congruence tests, because it's less negative. Because she wants to know that you are the man you say you are. Are your actions aligned with what you say? And also she wants to feel something, man. Because if you're her guy, if you're the guy, you're gonna become the source of life for her. So she wants to make sure that if she commits to a guy like you, if she spends time with you and her energy and spreads her legs for you, you have to be the guy that makes her feel something. When it comes to making her feel something, that's making her feel safe, making her feel emotionally connected to you, but also giving her a sense of adventure and fantasies. Fantasies include drama. Women need a bit of drama. Why? Because there has to be a contrast between rainy days and sunny days. You don't appreciate the sunny days without the rain. And this emotional up and down helps them to stay attracted to you. And why do you need to pass those tests? Because you need to show her that you are the man. And especially in relationships, and that's why a lot of you guys struggle to keep women attracted to you, is because you start failing those tests over time. And that's when passion goes down. That's when she suddenly leaves you, which isn't suddenly, but you just didn't fucking see the signs. That's why it's so important to pass the test, so that you can create new excitement up and down, up and down, up and down in a relationship. It turns her fucking on, man. It makes her emotionally weak. There's nothing more exciting, nothing more arousing for a woman to look at a man and know that he's the guy. Like the way Sandra looks at me tells you everything. I can show you picture after picture after picture. This girl is obsessed over me. And most of the girls I've been with have been that obsessed with me, because I found the system, bro. because I'm so grounded into my masculine energy, into my Patrick, into my Don Juan, into my Martin, into my Noah, which are my 4 masculine archetypes. So every man has those 4 archetypes. And because of that, I am the guy. I have what most men don't have. And because of that, it turns her on. She's aroused. She's emotionally weak for me. And because she's emotionally weak for me, she surrenders into her feminine energy, which most men cannot empower her to do. And that's what makes me so special. That's what makes her feel so special too. And that's why she cannot control me anymore, because I'm her dream man. She surrenders to me. By the way, man, before I show you how to pass those shit tests, how to identify and pass those shit tests, if you ever wanted to attract your dream relationship and become the man like me, guy that effortlessly attracts women and keeps them around, then go into the description. There's a link to book a free coffee chat with me. There's no pressure on this call. I'm not going to try to sell you anything. I'm just going to understand your situation, and I'm going to show you how I've helped countless other men that you see here in the video attract a dream relationship and become the man that their women is looking up to and just fuck their brains out. Now, man, how do you pass or even identify shit tests? First of all, I've already given you the list of shit tests, so just keep an eye on them, but I'm going to give you the list right now again. There are 3 ways of passing shit tests. Number 1, ignoring. I mean, I don't need to explain it too much, but ignoring, I think the most important element when it comes to ignoring shit tests is not looking submissive. Just like when she says something stupid, like, oh, you look goofy, you just look at her, smirk at her, and acknowledge that she said this, but don't react to it. Just brush it off like, you're stupid. Like, you don't say it, but you make her feel silly for saying it because you don't react. The second way is purposefully misunderstanding her. So when she says, your t-shirt looks so goofy, you can just say, oh, thanks for noticing. And you pretend to take it serious. You take it as a compliment. You're like, oh yeah, thanks. I really appreciate it. Again, this makes her feel stupid because, again, you don't react emotionally and you completely flip it on her. That non-emotional reaction or actually misreading that makes you come across so much stronger because you don't get triggered. When you do not get triggered, you're emotionally strong because you have your ego in check, you have your emotions under, and you're very secure in yourself. However, that can get boring over time, right? Ignoring or just misinterpreting what she said. Third way is one of my favorites, which is like not taking her serious at all. Like, I have a rule of thumb: whenever a girl is angry, or like whenever Sandra is angry, or even when I went on dates, I didn't go with the mindset of I need to take this person super serious because she's so beautiful. No. Most of the time, I'm there with a playful vibe, and I just say, oh, in front of me is a little princess that just wants my attention. Immediately remove her from the pedestal and put her even on my level, or like even just a little bit lower, you know? She's there to entertain me, not the other way around. So when she says things like, oh, you must say this to all the girls, I would just say like, I can't talk without my lawyer. Or, you're so cute when you're jealous. This will make her feel emotionally weak because I hold my frame, I stand my ground, and I even accuse her of being like chasing me. And because I maintain frame, it's going to be super attractive because, again, maintaining frame means I cannot be controlled. I am grounded in what I do. And especially in long-term relationships, you need to maintain frame. And this is the biggest thing that you guys struggle with. Because again, you become either needy, attached, too invested, you get too many feelings, and that's when you give up frame. So by the way, like if you don't know what frame is, frame determines or dictates the ground rules of the relationship. Like think of frame like a castle. A castle has rules and it is run by someone. And whoever enters the castle has to follow the rules that are determined by whoever is running the castle. Now this castle can be run by a king, by a queen, by a dictator, by a tyrant. If you want to maintain a healthy frame or a healthy castle, I encourage you to become a leader, not a dictator, not a tyrant, and not a weakling. Usually the king runs the castle, but he also has a queen. So there is an almost equal power dynamic. The woman by your side is not your fucking slave. She's not your fucking clown entertainer. She's your queen, which means you can ask her for advice. You can seek advice, but you as a leader make sure that decisions get taken. And because you lead from a good heart, you also have her interests in mind. And she's your sounding board. I always say women are your mirror. They reveal your biggest insecurities, but only the women that you fall in love with or that you have feelings for, you find super attractive. So if you're like a weak king, your woman, your queen will start bitching and she will start acting up because she's telling you in her way, hey, you're being a little fucking bitch. Step up again, bro. Otherwise, I'm going to resent you and I'm going to take control over you and I'm going to take over the castle, which she doesn't want. But if you don't step up as the man, she has to. No, if you start becoming indecisive, if you start losing your frame, if you're being a little bitch all the time, she's gonna lose respect. And if she loses respect, your castle is gonna break down, which is your relationship essentially. What is the one thing that matters about frame? Is the techniques, skills to some extent, but the foundation is confidence, bro. No strategies, no techniques will work if your inner game is weak as fuck. So nothing is more important than developing authentic confidence, bro. And nothing will make a woman more emotionally weak than a man that is grounded and confident in himself.